Hi everyone, welcome to your first lesson of Unit 4, Rhetorical Analysis and Ethos Introduction. By the end of this lesson, you will be able to explain ethos and how it is used in advertising and writing. You will also learn how to incorporate ethos into your own writing. So, before we begin talking about the basics of ethos, our notes are going to look a little bit different. You'll see questions there on your notes page. So, as we go through this presentation, use the video and the slides to answer the questions in your notes paper. So, before we begin looking at these different rhetorical devices, I want to talk a bit about this gentleman, Aristotle. Aristotle was a Greek philosopher who lived in the 4th century BCE. Aristotle was an influential thinker and wrote on many subjects such as logic and ethics to biology and metaphysics. However, one area that he was particularly interested in was this area of rhetoric. Now, rhetoric is the art of persuasive speaking or writing. And more significantly, in this work, Aristotle speaks of three concepts that you'll be learning about: ethos, logos, and pathos. These are three tools that you could use to speak persuasively. So today we'll focus on ethos. What is ethos? Ethos is an appeal to the speaker's character. This particularly focuses on their reputation or credibility of the speaker. So when we talk about ethos, we want to think of the word credibility. So this could be, for example, someone who's a doctor in the medical field. You would want to listen to what they might have to say about a particular prescription or health factor. How can speakers create their ethos? One, they can use their personal history. So, this might be past work they've done or studies they've completed, their overall credentials or things they've mastered, their reputation. Two, they can convince us with the manner and style of their communication. So, again, advertisers will use particular words to try to appeal to a certain audience. What makes a speaker have great ethos? A speaker with great ethos has authority to speak on the issue. So they are trustworthy and they have good motives. So, again, thinking of professionals in their field. Now, something to keep in mind: if your speaker lacks one of those qualities, they generally want to admit it honestly rather than hide it from you. Now we'll look at three ways to incorporate ethos. Technique 1. You can openly remind your audience who you are and why you're an authority on the subject. For example, you could use a phrase like, "As the lead researcher, I agree." The phrase here, lead researcher, that lets your reader or who you're speaking to know that you have authority. You're credible. You are the head person on that assignment. Next, technique 2. You can establish authority through the use of jargon or specialized words that relate to the topic. So here's another example. It says, "My quantitative research in the field of psychology has shown." So again, they're using words here like quantitative research. Those are specialized words to their study. So the word choice is very important. And lastly, you can establish credibility by using grammar and language and using solid reasoning and strong arguments, therefore sounding credible and trustworthy. So again, when we're speaking with the credible sense of ethos, we want to sound more professional, like we know a lot about the topic. Now here's the two examples. Underline or highlight these examples on your paper. 1. It reads, having written 10 successful novels myself, I can tell you this book is worth purchasing. Again, this person is establishing their credibility by saying they've written 10 novels already. Number 2. My friend, who has a PhD in nutritional science, says that we should eat fewer carbohydrates. Again, the credibility is established here by this person having a PhD. So they're a professional in nutritional science. They know what they're talking about. Great job completing the lesson. Now, ask a teacher for the Ethos practice assignment. See you in lesson 2.